guys, today we be doing kenma kozume X reader, but right now let's get into it. On my first day of school, at a new school, great. This should be interesting. New people, more to look at, observe, and discover. And I won't make any friends, but it should be interesting to say that at least I looked up at the new school hesitating to take a step forward. I have seen 2DS in my hand and my black bag draped over my shoulders. I stepped into the new school, a new world. I decided to look around the school, seeing if I was an hour early. I transferred here from Crossman because of problematic issues. I occurred back at the school. As I walked around, a bit overwhelmed. A large school is. Am I walking along? As I am walking along, I hear somebody scream, "Watch out!" I turn around and my head habit seeing a volleyball. I head straight from it. I immediately drop my DS on the soft grass as I ready my hands to receive the ball. I see a team crowd at the door staring at me in disbelief. "Whoa, you're amazing!" I was flooded with questions. "I haven't seen you right here. Are you new? How did you receive that ball so fast? Do you play volleyball?" I started panicking. It was horrible. I interacted with people. Instead, I looked around, trying to find my DS, make my way over to it. I was suddenly surrounded. Oh, she doesn't like to speak. She wants to be. I got that wrong. Sorry. Oh, she doesn't look like she wants to speak to you guys. Came a soft but harsh voice coming from the gym. I turned to look, and I saw a boy around my height with pudding-like hair. He was beautiful. He has beautiful amber eyes. Them, at most, remind me of cats. My eyes widened for a moment before I nodded and looked back to find my DS. All eyes were on me as I walked over to grab my device. Silence was all I heard. If you don't mind me asking, what's your name? One of the teammates asked. He had black hair. He was very tall and bedhead-like. My name is Ellen Wyan, I said quietly, but just loud enough so they could hear it. Ellen, Ellen, I almost said Elaine. Would you like to watch our volleyball game? Maybe it's okay. Even play it a little. Expected. I thought about it. These people want to interact with me. Why? Oh well. Better not upset someone on my first day. Sure, I said shortly. The team rushed inside as I had no time to think about what was going on. "Kenma, can you get our shirts with shorts?" bed had asked. The one that I presumed was Kenma only nodded and ran off to get me practice clothes. As I was waiting, I sat on a bench, knees hugging my chest. As my brows were furrowed, I tried to be on the water temple on Legends of Zelda. God damn! I cursed water template. I ranted to myself. You should use your shield more often. Then I heard somebody behind me whisper. I looked behind me and saw Kenma standing there with my practice clothes in one hand and his other hand pointing to my screen. I started to use my shield as I beat the template, and my eyes glowed with happiness. I heard laughter from the court. Come on, gamers, and get your head out the game and show her the locker room. That head said. I'm horrible at voice acting, so yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, Kuro. I'll guard the door, said Kenma, motioning me to follow him. I quickly shaped my game as I followed him. Apparently, there was only one locker room, and that was for males. Kenma was guarding the door, making sure nobody gets in. I quickly changed to the clothes I was given. It had a nice fit. It was a black shirt with Nakama written on it, and the shorts were red with a black stripe on each side. I quite liked it. I stepped out of the locker room with my clothes on, and I saw Kenma outside. He must have heard me coming because he looked back and saw me. His cheeks turned pink all of a sudden as he asked me if I was done. I only nodded as I played with the hem of my shirt. I have no idea what that is. I heard Kuro laughing. You don't laugh. Hey, Kenma, she looks nice in your clothes. He shouted across the gym. My face lit up even more as it took me a second to comprehend what he said. My face immediately blew up. I walked past Kenma to put my uniform away in my bag. My face immediately became serious as my eyes suddenly drilled into each of my opponents. I had a serious expression on my face. My aura was dark. Let's have a match, well, shall we? Everyone suddenly scared as they just nodded and divided up the teams. Having my luck, Kenma wasn't on my team. I could observe Kuro was also on his side. Alan, can you serve? Our setters on the other team, Yaku asked. I only nodded as I was getting ready to serve. Just so you know, your serve is kind of like Oikawa's, except you're not as good. Okay. The other team wasn't able to receive and lost the point. They stared at me in bombardment. Stop staring, I stuttered out. They only laughed as the said something like, she's a lot like Kenma. The game continued on for a while. We finally had to wrap it up before school starts. I went to go change out of their uniform clothes into their uniform. I had to wait otherwise while I was waiting I could have playing my game but I decided to clean up. Right as I finished putting away the last volleyball, the boys walked out. "Whoa, Miss Shy cleaned up for us," Crow shouted. "We're gonna have to pay you back soon." The boys cheered as I looked at the floor while blushing. Nobody had ever been this nice to me, besides him. "Excuse me," I whispered. I headed to the locker room. I quickly grabbed my clothes and uniform, and I changed out of Kenma's clothes and into my own. I felt bad for getting them dirty, so I promised myself I will wash them tonight and return them the following morning. I stepped out of the locker room as I see Kenma once again guarding the door. I'm very sorry. I used your clothes. I'll wash them and bring them back tomorrow, I said, bowing to show I was sorry. Kenma's eyes widened. No metaphor. Went wide for a moment. "No, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to do that," he replied. No, I insist," I said, a bit louder than usual. Kim gave up. He silently asked, "Are you sure, Ellen's son?" Just Ryan's fine." "I'm positive." Gave him a small smile without recognizing it. I realized this was reckoned with my composure, but Kenma did nothing. Kenma did something back. "I won't forget," he chuckled and genuinely laughed while smiling at me. "Thank you," he said, and the whole team stared in disbelief once again. I hid behind Kenma as he wondered what's wrong. He turned to saw the whole team staring. "What's wrong?" he asked them, and they continued staring. She made you smile," Kuro stuttered out, utter disbelief dripping from his words. Just looking down as I let go of Kenma's shoulders and walked out. Sorry for causing trouble. I should leave now. I said quietly. I bowed down. "Thank you for having me." I quietly made my way to my bag as I slung it over my shoulder and walked out. I heard running footsteps behind me. I turned around to see Kenma. "You forgot your DS. You should be more careful," he said, handing to me my FCD device. "Thank you," I replied, grabbing it from his hand and placed it in my bag. I suddenly came to a realization that I have absolute zero ideas where my classroom was. on my locker. The locker can wait. I might as well wear my ask where my classroom is. Kenma, would you mind helping me find my classroom? I asked him, handing my shoulder, handing my schedule, not your shoulder. His cat-like eyes skimmed over the paper while, as he whispered, "Follow me." We're in the same class. I immediately smiled as I followed Kenma into the crowded school of Nekoma. And that's the end. Hope you guys liked it. It was like my first video, so tell me if I need to improve anything. And